race, I might come in first and second, but I won't never be last. Lately, I've been in my bag, but told me don't take my foot off the gas. They give you an inch, gonna take you a mile. I'ma shoot by myself like a technical foul. City to city, got girls going wild, and I reach for my chain when I jump in the crowd. Lambo solo, got a squad.
Hello and welcome to 2K Sports. You're watching the NBA. Tuesday night in the NBA. It's going to be the Dallas Mavericks up against the Golden State Warriors. And now we head to Oakland. Listen in on Kevin Harlan, who's got the broadcast.
A lovely night here in San Francisco. The San Francisco Bay Area, our venue, the Oracle Arena in Oakland, California, our scene. The Mavericks are looking to defeat their Western Conference rival going into this game. Thanks for joining us on this Tuesday night edition of the NBA and all its great action on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Steve Kerr and Clark Hillo. And now we take a brief check at the matchups. Our starting five for both teams. And one of the players will be watching this one closely, Andrew Bogut.
Well, he's a fearsome defensive presence in the paint, a shot blocking machine, and the intensity, the effort that he brings night in and night out is such a huge asset for his team.
And also with him, don't think you can collapse the defense on him when he gets the ball in the low post, because he is a superb passer. He'll find whoever's been left open.
The Warriors with their last game here. In Golden State before heading out on the road. A superb ball club playing a great brand of basketball. #1 record right now in the NBA.
Right now, looking at the Warriors, they've been the story of the regular season in my mind, smashing expectations and really taking the league by storm.
Yeah, they've been impressive, no doubt about it. Among the league's best as we approach the postseason.
This last summer, the Mavs asked fans to submit some redesigns of their uniforms for future use. Always kind of neat to see when a team and organization reaches out for the fans' input.
And he's on the board early.
The first to strike there. Nice hoop.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
Well, Kevin, I had a chance to catch up with Mark Jackson. A key concern for his side is how to keep Monte Ellis from running amok on their defense. He said there are very few players in the league who can take a sliver or a seam in a defense and turn it into 2 points as efficiently as Monte Ellis does. He said one step and he's at the rim. We have to move our feet as a unit or he'll get to the rim all game long. Guys?
Thank you, Doris. And back to the Mavs, definitely a big move by them to reach out like that. Nothing like bringing crowdsourcing to the NBA and building a bridge, Steve, with your fan base.
Kevin, I had a chance to see some of the designs of the uniforms that were being suggested. Some pretty sharp-looking duds, but there were some other ones that were absolutely hideous. So let's hope the decision-makers in the Mavs organization pick some of the, let's say, the more clean-looking new uniform suggestions.
Now here's Nowitzki after the miss from Chalmers. Rocket 2, and the basket by Nowitzki.
Well, it wasn't a textbook pick, but he still managed to score. Good concentration on the finish.
Lee sets a screen for Curry. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. The feed to Iguodala. Lee outside. Curry. 6 on the shot clock. Golden State needs to get off a shot. Bogut kicks to Curry. And the shot counts. He's fouled, and it's a chance for a three-point play. Last outing for Golden State. They won that game against the Suns.
And I thought the key was their ability to stretch the defense. They got hot from behind that three-point line, and that really gave them the margin they needed.
Yeah, that's right. It opened up things for them in a huge way. The defense was never able to get comfortable.
Now here's Iguodala, following the miss by Monte Ellis. Here's Lee, back to Iguodala, from past the arc. It's rebounded by Dallas. Last time in Oakland, they lost to the Warriors.
You know, on an ordinary night, I think they would have come out on top in that game. That's how well they played, but they just happened to run into a club that was playing at the top of its game.
And Steve, I think they get the win if that game had been at home instead of on the road.
And so here is Golden State, following the miss by Sean Merritt. It's Curry with the drive. Bogut passes it to Thompson. 6 to shoot. And Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Second team foul.
We're about 3 minutes into this first quarter, and Mario Chalmers gets the whistle that time. That's foul number 2 for him.
Well, he tried to step in and cut him off, but just not quick enough.
And we have the benefit of replay, but I think they got that one right, which is the case most times, even though fans don't think so.
Larkin is checked in for Dallas. Curry can't get it to go.
You know, even though he missed that one, great shooters have a way of feeling when they've got enough room to pull the trigger.
Yeah, not enough defensive coverage there to prevent him from firing that time, but yeah, I think if he's open, he's got to let that thing fly.
Gets it to go. Dallenberg's got his first bucket in this one. Well, it was the Dallas Mavericks winning their last game against Indiana.
And you just had to admire the versatility they showed offensively that day.
Yeah, their scoring came from all over the place. If one approach didn't work for them, they found another that did.
And his shots are dropping right now. This quarter has been very kind to him.
Here's Ellis, following the basket by Stephen Curry. And there's the call on Klay Thompson. That's his first foul. So it's the Mavericks now. They trail by 1. And that one goes in as he is fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts at the line. So we'll see Sean Marion go to the line here. That's on Andrew Bogut. The Mavericks shooting their first free throw of the night here. Warriors have gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Curry gets the screen from Lee. And Curry, here we go. And there are the Warriors now with another bucket.
The screenplay worked ideally there, and I'm not talking about the screenplay you see in a movie theater. Gave him more than enough room to get that shot off.
Here's Larkin, looking for his first basket still in this one.
Well, give credit where credit is due. Terrific assist inside.
Golden State's gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
You look at Shane Larkin, the son of Hall of Fame shortstop Barry Larkin. He said he's been working his whole life to get out of his father's shadow, and now he's got his opportunity. He was a great player at the University of Miami, led his team to the best record in school history as a sophomore, an ACC championship, and a Sweet 16 berth.
And here we go, the Mavericks on a fast break. Ellis with the ball. Iguodala with the block. Outside Curry. From deep three-point range. Another miss by Curry. And back to sugar as they call him, Shane Larkin. 5'11" in shoes, Clark.
Yeah, he plays much bigger, an elite athlete. How about the 44-inch vertical, the second highest ever measured at the combine? But can you play? Yes, he can. This young fella's got game.
And it's Marion. That's on the assist from Monte Ellis. And it's 7 points for Sean Marion. Oh, wow, guys, doesn't look good. We've got an injury here.
Yeah, Clark, that did not look good. Let's keep our fingers crossed that it's nothing too serious.
Boy, you can't help but feel for him. I mean, one moment you're doing what you do best, and the next, the situation's really out of your hands. I really hope he's okay.
Dallas making a switch here. Blair's checked in. Here's Larkin after the made shot by David Lee. Larkin, the pass to Marion. Here's Larkin. The three. Andre Iguodala comes up with the rebound. Thompson outside. Jacks up a three. The shot is off. Now Dallas takes it the other way. Carter with it. Averaging 13 points a contest. Fires the three. Larkin out of bounds. Golden State takes possession. While we have a quick chance here, let's now take a look at some point guards who have been dead on target from the floor over the course of the past 10 games. Fifth is Steph Curry.
Some remarkable shooters in that group, guys. And you know that when you're seeing those types of numbers at the point guard position, you're talking about some very intelligent, patient players.
Precisely. I mean, when you watch any of them, nothing's forced. I mean, it's good, smart shot selection, simple basketball. But that being said, don't take anything away from their natural ability to flat out bury that jumper. They can do that too.
Now Carter, after the missed three from Stephen Curry, shoots from the baseline. The shot's good from Ellington. And the Warriors decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there. And now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
Stephen Curry here. Since the break, he's been simply stellar out there. First in steals, second in scoring, and of course he's been extremely accurate from the free throw line, ranking in the top 5 in the NBA in free throw percentage.
And just to mention his steals again, Steve, he's one of those guys who's in a zone where it's like he knows what the other guys are doing. His anticipation is excellent. I mean, it's almost psychic.
Let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Mavericks.
Well, I like the fact they've already been getting a lot of high-quality shots in the paint.
And they're getting good balance offensively, too, because they're starting to knock down that mid-range jumper.
We get a break in the action, so let's take a look at the West and how the teams are stacking up. We'll take a look at the Warriors. They are the favorite right now to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time, sitting in first place right now and not looking like they, are going to be slowing down at all. And, of course, the Mavericks. They're much further down in the standings right now.
Seeing where the Mavericks are, unfortunately, mediocre is a word we've often heard used to describe their overall performance this season.
Yeah, I expected them to be a few rungs up the ladder from where they are. That drive, that motivation has been sorely lacking.
Warriors trail by 3. Back to O'Neal. And the officials whistle a foul on the shot. The bucket's good. He'll go to the line. Jay Crowder's checked in for Sean Marion. The Warriors have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Here's Larkin. He hasn't yet put up any points in this one. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Here's Ellington. And it's off the back rim. No good.
Take a look at the rebound totals, guys. That's +5 now on the glass.
And, Steve, I don't think there's any question which team came out with more energy and enthusiasm.
Wow, this has been a thriller. I mean, the way these teams are battling, just going back and forth.
Would you like to bet that this game may end on a buzzer beater? How much would you bet?
Here's Crowder after the made shot from Andre Iguodala. Shoots the 3. A shot by Ellington, no good. The Warriors lead it. And Curry, here we go. Thompson. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Warriors?
And they're doing a fantastic job of finding the open man and getting easy looks.
They've established their presence in the paint tonight. Also, a lot of their scoring to this point coming from down low.
Spates checked in for Golden State. Douglas comes in for Steph Curry. Blair a screen on Douglas. Larkin kicks to Blair. Crowder and O'Neal with the block. Now Barnes. 14 points from him the last game against Phoenix. Gets it to go.
Just seems like they're finding an open lane to the hoop every time down. That's 5 buckets in a row for them in the paint.
Yeah, on the flip side, Steve, the defenders have to show more fight on the interior.
And the Mavericks call time here.
Well, I felt like his defense was letting him down out there, guys, so he wanted to get a timeout to talk it over and try to tighten things up here.
You know, a part of coaching, a lot of coaching actually, is making sure that momentum never gets too far away from your team. That's a good timeout. Even with the D lurking, he made it look easy with the soft finger roll.
Pass to Spates. Golden State moving it around. And it's Barnes slamming it down. Well, Clark, a clear lane to the basket and the emphatic jam.
And that is outstanding attacking basketball.
Well, he had no choice but to take that one to the bucket.
And the Mavericks with possession here, following the score by Golden State. Shoots it up. That one wide left.
Well, that's an excellent challenge right there. Good job contesting that shot by the defender.
Pass to Thompson. He dishes it to O'Neal. Douglas off the pick from O'Neal. Douglas the pass to O'Neal. Thompson. Clock at 6. Thompson off the pick from O'Neal. Thompson dishes to Barnes. Offensive rebound. O'Neal kicks to Douglas. Thompson. That's good with a Douglas assist. Thompson's got 7 points in the game.
Well, he's a spot-up shooter, one of the best. One of those guys who, if you give him an inch, I mean, that's all it takes. He will let it fly and frequently knock down that shot.
Very true, Steve. I mean, he's also one of those guys who doesn't take long at all to get on a roll offensively. He's a fun player to watch when he gets hot.
But they get it back. Larkin, the pass to Blair. Larkin feeds it to Ellington. There's the triple. And Jermaine O'Neal pulls it down. O'Neal's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
Maurice Spates swapped teams once again last year. This time joining Cleveland. Now he finds his way to Golden State. Spates very talented, but you wonder if he's ever really going to find his niche with one team for more than a year or two.
Joel Anthony's checked in for DeJuan Blair. Here's Crowder. And the rebound goes to the Warriors.
He doesn't really scare a defense at all. You've seen him miss quite a few just like those.
And Bell kicks to Barnes. Bell with it. Now Anthony defending. Back to Bell. He feeds it to Douglas. Barnes sets a screen for Douglas. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Spates primarily Clark, a pick and pop big man.
Yeah, I like his nice soft touch, Kevin. It's really solid in the mid-range area. He's a pretty decent rebounder as well. I think he's a very productive backup and young enough to where he's still got some room to grow.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Dallas. Now, here's Chalmers. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Crowder, covered by Barnes. Crowder dishes to Chalmers. Trying to get back on track. No good. The Warriors go the other way with it. Bell with it. Now guarded by Ellington. Kicks it to Douglas. Down low. Barnes. The pass to Spates. Douglas for 3. Gets the bucket. Douglas has got 5.
Kevin, they've been playing with an awful lot of energy here, getting a lot of offensive rebounds. That's always an indicator of hustle and energy.
And Chalmers kicks to Crowder. Fires for 3. And that one's good. Crowder's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball.
How about the response? Retaliation. Impressive, huh, guys?
I'll say exactly that as well. Nice job to recover those 3 points right away.
Barnes passes to Douglas. Douglas off the pick from Barnes. Douglas dishes to Bell. Got it off in time. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
They've built a big lead here early.
Both defensively and offensively. They've been terrific right from the tip.
And after just 1 quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Warriors ahead, leading by 14. And we've got more NBA action on 2K Sports coming your way after this break.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Coming up next Monday, March 17th, Kevin Durant and the Oklahoma City Thunder take on Derrick Rose and the Chicago Bulls. Do not miss it.
And we welcome you back to the NBA here on 2K Sports. If you're just tuning in, this is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Steve Kerr. And we're ready to get going once more. The players having a chance to have a short break and get some rest themselves and get refueled and hydrated with some Gatorade. More terrific basketball in store for us tonight. And a very convincing performance here from the Warriors so far.
And it's been beautiful basketball to watch, guys. Really sharing and moving the ball. And as a result, they've got a great flow going.
Hand in glove, 5 guys working as one. The power of the fist, we call it. They've racked up a bunch of assists.
On the court for Dallas here in the second, they've got Nowitzki. Chalmers is out there with Ellis. And it's Dallenberg. Lee with the ball. Picked up by Nowitzki. And Bell kicks to Lee. Here's Bogut. Excellent D there from Dallenberg.
He was right there, but the defensive pressure forced that miss.
Well contested. That really made it a tough shot.
The shot's good from Lito.
Not much the defense can do once he gets to the bucket.
Warriors leading by 12. The dish to Barnes. Defended by Lito. Golden State moving it around. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession.
Here we can see, Kevin, where the Warriors rank in the NBA right now. First in scoring. First in assists. And they're also #1 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals. An aggressive team that ball hawks very effectively.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. And this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
No breathing room at all to take that shot.
The Warriors shooting has been great, up over 50%. In fact, 52%. And stolen by Chalmers. He passes to Lito. No good there, and that would have cut it to single digits. And Barnes backs in. Lee with the ball. Now defended by Dallenberg. Lee passes to Barnes. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
He almost got to that shot in time, but not quite. You can't touch the ball once it's on the way down.
Mavericks trailed by 15. Chalmers dishes to Ellis. And it's sent back by Bogut. And here is Barnes. He's got 8. That's good.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Ellis against Bell. And Chalmers kicks to Ellis. Shot clock at 6. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Ellis has got 5.
He had his choice of finishing moves there, and you just got to love the fact he went old school with the finger roll.
He kicks it to Bell. Dishes to Bogut. Back to Bell. Got a piece of it. And taken away by Ellis. Now the feed to Dallenberg. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. And the Mavericks making a change here. Marion's checked in. For Dallas, they have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line. Douglas kicks to Bogut. Dallenberg's there. Passes it to Barnes. He dishes it to Douglas. Shot from 16. And Barnes backs in. Pass to Bogut. Feeds to Barnes. And that one comes up a bit short. Mavericks trailed by 12. Chalmers pass to Marion. Good D by Bell. The Warriors have gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Here's Douglas. Leads him in there. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. The Warriors have been at their finest form at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. Good on the second free throw. For Dallas, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. And the Mavericks call time here.
You can tell he's in a lot of pain. They'll take a timeout so that trainer can help him out.
Let's quickly bring up the 2K leaderboard for a look at the top free throw shooters among point guards. And you look at Douglas, the best in the NBA. You put him on the line and it's nearly automatic. And of course, Stephen Curry, just 2 spots down. Chalmers dishes to Marion. Back to Chalmers. Shoots from the high post. Dallas, no good that time either. Dallenberg. And here in the second quarter of action as we approach 4 minutes played. And again, no good by Golden State.
Boy, I'm shocked he didn't make that one. He usually knocks that one down with ease.
Dallas can't get it to go.
The defense was ready for him that time, and they had to be. He is so powerful in the lane.
And Bell kicks to Barnes. It's stolen by Dallenberg. Here's Ellis. Up again. And Sean Marion with the slam.
Well, he certainly isn't the one to blame for them being in the hole. He's been on the money with his game.
Warriors leading by 11. Now here's Douglas. He's got 8. Pass to Bell. A 3-ball. It's rebounded by Dallas. Dallenberg's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. It's off to Utah for him after this game as they take on the Jazz. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
You know, some really good games going on today, guys, and the one that captures my eye is the Utah one.
6 to shoot. And Chalmers kicks to Marion. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. 12 points for Sean Marion.
That is not enough coverage. Got to do better than that defensively. Basically no coverage. I mean, defense did not look very good there.
And here's Barnes for 3. Gets it to go. And the Warriors lead by 11.
It's his first 3-pointer of the second half, which actually makes it his first of the game.
Back to Nowitzki. And Samuel Dallenberg picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Douglas with it, averaging 8 points a game. Lee sets a screen for Douglas. He feeds it to Barnes. Raja Bell on the wing. Kicks it to Barnes. Golden State moving the ball around. 5 to shoot. Here's Lee. Dallenberg grabs the board.
The knock on David Lee for a long time was that he didn't impact his team defensively. I mean, last year, however, you could see that it was something he was focusing on more and more and really was a factor with his help defense and rotations.
Marion outside takes the 3. Another 3 for Dallas.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Warriors leading by 8. The pass to Barnes. There's the dish to Lee. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that. And Clark, when you talk about David Lee defensively in the past, he's had to play a lot of center, both in New York and Steve now in Golden State.
Well, that's probably the weakness in his game. He doesn't have long arms. He's not a shot blocker. You know, he can get pushed around a little bit by the stronger centers. That's why it is important for Golden State to put Andrew Bogut next to him to be a rim protector and to protect Lee a little bit down there.
Dallas making a switch here. Carter's checked in. Ellis, the pass to Marion. Lets it fly. Iguodala with the block. And he's able to get it back. They get it again. And the jam by Dirk Nowitzki.
Boy, I like the way he carved out just enough space to get his hands on the missed shot. and then rattle the rim on the putback.
And the gap narrows.
They're closing it fast.
Well, that's the effort of a team ready to fight back into this game.
Dishes it to Douglas. He passes it to Barnes. Iguodala outside. He kicks it to Barnes. No good from outside. Mavericks trailed by 8. Here's Carter. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
Anytime you see Vince Carter and you start thinking about how he was as the undisputed dunk king in years gone by, but as his spring and lift has been grounded, he's made up for it in other ways and has really improved as a defender.
Looking at who's out there now for the Warriors. Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Lee, and Steph Curry is subbed in for Raja Bell. O'Neal with screen on Ellis. It's Curry with the drive. Barnes dishes to Curry. Kicks it out to Iguodala. Clock at 6. The feed to Barnes. Back to Iguodala. Fires the 3. Good. Iguodala's got 5 points so far. And Steve, going back to Chrome, really took the lead by storm back with Toronto. Still an NBA player with great quality.
Yeah, he can do a little bit of everything, Kevin. Not the explosive guy that he once was, but he's always been a skill player with his long-range shooting, his ball handling, good passer. That's why he's still hanging around and still making a contribution here in the NBA.
Douglas against Ellis. Pass to Nowitzki. Back to Ellis. Looking to get it going. And off the glass. That one's good. Ellis has got 4 this quarter.
He's definitely got that shot in his arsenal.
Here's Iguodala. He picked up 18 points in their last win against Phoenix. Iguodala off the pick from O'Neal. Goes up off the pick. Powered down with both hands.
That's basketball 101, guys. I mean, elementary. Use the screen to free yourself and then take it straight to the rack.
Yeah, very nice set play for him.
No, that's using your head and using your body.
The drive by Ellis. That's good.
It was a slow start for him, but he started to take off since we hit the second quarter, guys.
Warriors leading by 7. Now Iguodala. He's got 5. He dishes it to Barnes. That falls. Nice speed that time from Andre Iguodala. 15 points for Barnes.
His switch has definitely been flipped to on this quarter, guys.
Knocks it loose. And here is Chalmers. He had 10 points in the win against Indiana.
And don't forget, guys, his playmaking was sensational. I mean, he saw the floor, making the game so easy for his teammates.
Feeds to O'Neal. Pass to Barnes. Kicks it to Curry. There's the 3. They get it back. Pass to Barnes. And that's collected by Nowitzki. Nowitzki's got 6 rebounds now in the game.
Kick it out! Kick it out!
Ellis against Curry. Ellis kicks to Marion. He feeds it to Nowitzki. Back to Marion. Shakes off the strong D and gets to the bucket for 2. Marion's got 10 points now just in this quarter. Curry passes to Iguodala. Back to Curry. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Curry's got 10 points.
Boy, that was impressive. Major height disadvantage, but he still got the shot up over his man.
Well, he's got the poise to handle any matchup, and he's not easily intimidated. You can see that there.
And here we go. Fast break. Curry's got it. Iguodala with the bucket.
He's very savvy in traffic. When he gets inside, has a kind of an uncanny way of shielding himself from contact and finding a way to finish at the rim.
And he also loves to jump into the passing lanes and pick you off. I mean, he likes to shoot the gap. It backfires on occasion, but like a great base runner, he seems to pick his spots pretty well.
Curry gets the screen from O'Neal. And Curry, here we go. Screen by O'Neal. Iguodala dishes to Douglas. The pass to Curry. Another miss by Curry.
Even with every shot clanging off the rim, he seems determined to keep hoisting up these threes. It might be time to get inside of that arc.
How about that play? Great body control, still manages to finish the play despite the contact.
You know, when that whistle blows, you're not done. Get greedy and find a way to knock it down.
Catching up on the changes for Golden State. Spates comes in for Harrison Barnes. And it's Klay Thompson in for Tony Douglas. Spates with a screen on Cook. The drive by Iguodala.
Well, Iguodala moved on from the 76ers to the Nuggets last year, now signs a free agent contract with the Warriors. It looks to be a really good fit. I mean, all that shooting around him, just with the way he can run and defend, should allow Iguodala to be the playmaker that really is his natural game.
Wayne Ellington's checked in for Larkin. It's Vince Carter on the wing. Lays it up and banks it in. Carter's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing that ball into the paint. Smash mouth basketball.
Yeah, and it's a strategy that has served them well in this opening half, Clark.
And Steve, you mentioned how tough Iguodala is in transition. Great ball handler for his size. And Clark, I know you love his athleticism.
Yeah, he's really a point forward offensively, but he can finish big, and he's always putting pressure on the defense when he's in attack mode. A good ball handler and passer. His outside shooting is up and down, but I'd love to have him on my squad.
6-second difference between shot and game clock. And Chalmers kicks to Crowder. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. Chalmers has got 3 assists in the game. Iguodala with it. He's got 8. Iguodala off the pick from Spates. The dish to O'Neal. And it's out of bounds. The Warriors able to retain possession here. Here's Curry. Thompson from long range. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And a tight game here as we end the first half. Warriors lead by 2. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Now, presented by Sprint.
From the 2K Sports Studios, welcome. The season is in its final stages. Let's look back at today's action so far. Out in Oakland, the Warriors are ahead against the Mavericks. Outstanding bench production. They've gotten a very nice lift, and that's made a huge difference for them on the scoreboard. Harrison Barnes having no trouble against the Mavericks D. He's got 15 points and has looked very good defensively, playing hard-nosed ball out there. And on the other side, the Mavericks also putting up numbers. You look at the offensive rebounds, they're creating second opportunities, and that's a key to winning. Sean Marion, through 2 quarters, outstanding. What he's been able to do from the field has been nothing short of spectacular. Only a select few players in the league can shoot the ball like that. And now, let's check out the other games still going on. Out in Oklahoma City, the Thunder in a tightly contested game against Houston. 2 points up, they're in the third. And another one also in progress. Out at the Palace of Auburn Hills, it's the Pistons in front against the Kings. Second half of basketball just getting started for them. And another game going on. The Grizzlies out at FedEx Forum, currently trailing to Portland. Big deficit to make up for them in the second half. Time now to get you back to the game in Oakland. Second half from Oracle Arena coming right up.
The Sprint Halftime Report, presented by Sprint.
Here we go now, the start of the third quarter, welcoming you back in a closely contested first half so far.
What a game we've seen here for Marion. He has 17 points, and he's done a little bit of work behind the arc. He's got a pair of 3-pointers.
Well, the defenders have that in the back of their minds now, too, so they're going to close out on him quicker. That should allow him to use the drive if he wants.
While we've got a moment, let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. And Golden State looking at who they've got. Steph, Clay, and Dre on the perimeter. It's Lee and Bogut inside. Lee sets a screen for Curry. Back to Bogut. Thompson outside. The tray. That's good. Thompson's got the opening bucket to start the second half for the Warriors.
The defenders need to talk to each other. The communication lacking there on that three-pointer.
Marion, a screen on Curry. Chalmers off the pick from Marion. And Chalmers kicks to Ellis. And that'll be Dallas as it goes out of bounds. Mavericks retain possession. Marion backing down. Gets it to go. Marion's got 19 points.
4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Yeah, that's textbook basketball. Just having their way down low.
Back to Curry. Golden State moving the ball around. It's Thompson off the drive. Iguodala. 6 on the shot clock. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. The Warriors have made 10 of their 14 tries at the free throw line in the game. He hits both from the stripe. Mavericks trailed by 5. Dallenberg sets a screen for Chalmers. Off the screen, and it's Monte Ellis with the finish. Stupendous rush to the rim and a mighty slam on the end of it.
But through the teeth of some pretty soft D, I can't help but say that.
Well, let's see how that impacts things here, because those kinds of plays sometimes can be game changers on both sides.
Curry passes to Thompson. A three-pointer off the mark.
He's tried to get it going, but the shots just have not dropped for him today.
Chalmers with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up, and it's blocked by Curry, and that's going to be a travel. Well, here's a group now that knows how to orchestrate from the wing the top passing small forwards in the NBA during the past 10 games. Andre Iguodala, number 2.
The passes we've seen some of these guys make from the wing are outstanding. Truly gifted distributors.
Yeah, and one of the passes that you really need to prioritize and be able to make is that entry pass. Getting that ball inside. Accurately throwing it into the low post is really a bit of a lost art in today's game.
Yeah, he put himself in great position to finish that break off, guys.
Yep, right to the rack.
Now here's Ellis. 13 points in the game. That's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here.
Now we get a chance to check out David Lee. He's had a great second half of this season. 6th in field goal percentage. And he's been using his size and quickness to great effect defensively. He's in the top 20 in the league in blocks per game.
And Steve, you touched on his outstanding field goal percentage. I mean, he hasn't gotten there just simply by having a hot hand on occasion. I mean, it's also a product of how hard he works to find those good open shots.
Marion with it, and it's Iguodala picking him up. Ellis outside, lets it go from deep. David Lee comes up with the rebound. Warriors leading by 5. Iguodala outside. Curry, he's guarded by Ellis. Curry kicks to Thompson. Lee is screen on Dallenberg. Dishes to Lee. Shot on the wing, and there the Warriors now with another bucket.
Their second half has started quite well. They've been good on 3 of their first 4 attempts.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Dallas calls timeout.
Well, you know, you look at David Lee. He's more of a skill finesse player, but plays with a great motor. Very intense and aggressive in his style. Always in motion, gets to the boards, offensively and defensively. And, you know, that combination of skill, hustle, and motor make him an all-star.
Chalmers against Iguodala. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And Clark, when you talk about the skill level for David Lee, not the biggest guy at 6'9". I know you admire his game. And Steve, a great finisher at the same time with either hand.
I think that's one of his greatest assets, Kevin, his ability to score around the basket with either hand. As you mentioned, he can shoot the mid-range shot, handle the ball. They can run their offense through him at the elbows because he's such a good passer as well.
Iguodala dishes to Lee. Kicks it out to Iguodala. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. That's on Monte Ellis.
Tremendous output from Iguodala. 10 points, and what a tear he's been rejecting shot after shot.
No doubt, Clark. He has absolutely owned the paint.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Ellis, the pass to Chalmers. He kicks to Marion. Ellis outside. The feed now to Chalmers. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He's killing them with his poor shooting. The defense is more than willing to give him those shots now.
Curry. And he banks in the layup. Curry's got 12 points in the game.
Everything's going right now. 4 for 5 shooting, 80%. They've got their offense clicking.
Curry against Chalmers. The shot is off. Great D that time from Iguodala. Curry with it. He's got 12. Lee left side. Thompson outside. He passes to Iguodala. Iguodala off the pick from Bogut. Left side Curry. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's David Lee on the assist by Curry. Curry's got 6 assists here tonight.
Good work to tack some more points onto this lead.
Those are the kind of possessions they can build on and begin to pull away here.
Left side Curry. Back to Thompson. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. And now a 12-point Warrior lead.
And his confidence has come back since halftime after really a rough first 2 quarters.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time getting the lid off the basket so far.
Lito's checked in for the Mavericks. Ellis against Iguodala. Poked loose. Iguodala with the steal. Gives him the lead pass. And yes, sir, that one drops. 14 points for Steph Curry.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Right, you got to make a defensive adjustment here, Clark. Time to collapse inside, force the ball back out in the perimeter, make them beat you from long range.
It's Marion with the drive. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there.
And the rebounding numbers don't actually tell the whole story. I mean, they're barely ahead in that category, but when they've needed them, they've gotten them. They've really battled hard.
It's their work on the glass, Steve, that's prevented any kind of momentum swing.
Chalmers against Curry. Drills it from outside. Curry's got 17.
How about the percentage they're shooting from beyond the arc here in the second half?
They have found their groove from deep, Steve.
Chalmers against Curry. It's Marion with the drive, and the whistle blow is going to be on Andre Iguodala. That'll be his second foul of the game. Jermaine O'Neal's checked in for Andrew Bogut. And Chalmers kicks to Ellis. Some nice passing here by Dallas. Lito. Yes, and it's Ellis picking up the assist. Lito's got his second bucket of the game to go. Warriors leading by 15. Iguodala off the pitch from O'Neal. Iguodala dishes to Curry. Passes it to Lee. Back to Curry. Feeds it to Iguodala. 6 to shoot. He dishes it to O'Neal. Gallenberg's there. The 11-footer. And it's Golden State with another.
And their field goal percentage continues to climb. They've really shot the ball well here today so far.
Yeah, and it's all about quality shot selection, smart shot selection. They've been very patient on offense.
Ellis kicks to Dallenberg. And Jermaine O'Neal pulls it down. O'Neal's got his 6th rebound on the night. Lee sets a screen for Iguodala. Outside for Curry. Pass to O'Neal. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
After 17 years in the NBA, Jermaine O'Neal is still going. It's easy to forget he was once an all-star franchise big man for the Indiana Pacers. Jermaine could do it all. He could score it in the low post, could make the mid-range jumper, and also was a force defensively. But even though he's not at that level now, he can still help you as a quality rotation big man.
The drive by Ellis. Blair gets it to go.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Warriors leading by 16. Spates with a screen on Chalmers. Curry with it. Picked up by Ellis. And Spates gets it to go. And for O'Neal at one time, a 24-point-per-game score. Now his role is all about defense, blocking shots and clogging the lane.
Yeah, he's 6'11", 250 with a great knowledge of the NBA and how to defend and scouting reports of every player in the league. Very savvy veteran play.
It's been a real difficult game for him offensively, and it's costly.
Out of bounds, Dallas takes possession. And here's a look at what's coming up for the Golden State Warriors. They're off to battle the Clippers after this game as they'll be playing at the Staples Center. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip. A different look for Dallas. Nowitzki comes in for Sean Marion. And it's Carter in for Mario Chalmers. And the slam dunk by Spates.
Boy, I love it. Active hands on the steal, active feet on the fast break.
And Clark power on the dunk.
Guys, this is just too close of a game to be giving the ball up like that and then failing to get back in transition.
That's good. 6 points for Dirk Nowitzki.
One of the reasons they're behind is because we haven't seen enough of that. He needs to become a bigger part of the offense.
Kicks it out to Iguodala. And goaltending is going to be the call. So they get the basket there anyway.
He got there late, but you do have to like the aggressiveness to go after the block. But that one's going to count.
Mario Chalmers, he's checked in for Monte Ellis. Mario Chalmers. Mavericks trailed by 20. And there's the pass to Lita. Kicks to Nowitzki. Warriors with the rebound. Spates has got his third rebound tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in the rebounding category after that board.
Very steady work they've been doing on the interior, no question. And that's, I think, the main reason they have this lead.
And let's get your take, guys, on the scoring breakdown for the Warriors.
Well, they're getting into the paint with their penetration, and it's really been key for this play.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
The Warriors making a switch here. Bell's checked in. Carter, the pass to Chalmers. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Now, bad timing. His team trailing, and this has not been a quarter that he'd like to remember.
Iguodala dishes to Spates. O'Neal, defended by Nowitzki. Here's Bell. The finger roll finish at the bucket.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
Yeah, that's 5 of their last 6 baskets inside the lane. They have really established themselves inside.
And the whistle blows on the backcourt violation. He went over and back. Well, some of the big men in the league didn't mind drifting out and letting it fly from deep. Here are the best three-point shooters, centers, and power forwards. Fourth, Dirk Nowitzki.
So much value in having a big man who can step away from the hoop to draw bigger defenders out there. It really opens up the floor for the team.
Yeah, I think it makes it easier for everybody when you've got a guy who's capable of spacing the floor because of his accuracy from three-point land.
Curry against Chalmers. Nowitzki off a screen from Chalmers. Nowitzki kicks to Carter. Shot clock at 5. Chalmers with the screen for Nowitzki. He got an advantage there off the pick and took it right in. Nowitzki's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Very well done. He is a confident, dynamic scorer.
Spates with a screen on Chalmers. Curry passes it to Bell. Iguodala outside. 1:37 left in the third quarter of the game. Curry gets the screen from O'Neal. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Pass to O'Neal. Lets it go from 14. And misses it off the right side of the rim. Mavericks trailed by 21. Nowitzki sets a screen for Chalmers. Here's Carter, and it's blocked by Curry. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession.
Looking at Golden State since the All-Star break, we get a look at the numbers they put up. First in scoring, first in assists. And they're also #1 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals. An aggressive team that ball hawks very effectively.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. I mean, this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Boy, it was an impressive turnaround for Mark Jackson and the Warriors last season. I mean, his promise of making the playoffs didn't come together in his first season at the Controls, but in year 2, they got it done. And I tell you what, most thought Mark would be a really outstanding coach, and he's well on his way to making that a reality.
There's 1:17 left in the third. Spades with a screen on Chalmers. Curry dishes to Spades. Right side, Lee. Here's Bell. Excellent D there from Blair. And for Mark Jackson, there had been some questions. He had never spent time as a coach, even as an assistant. I guess the question was, Steve, would he be able to take over the reins as a head coach?
Well, the biggest thing you want to do as an NBA coach is have your players buy into what you're selling. And Mark Jackson's been able to do that. His players believe in him. He motivates them. They like playing for him. And that's most of the battle right there.
Curry passes to Lee. Back to Curry. He feeds it to Thompson. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. Curry's got 9 assists now tonight. Ellis outside. Ellis right side. And Chalmers kicks to Ellis. Lock at 6. That one goes. Count. Ellis has got 4 points in the quarter. Here is Bell, averaging 9 points per contest. Now the dish to Curry. Back to Bell. He kicks it to Curry. For the 3. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
Oh, what a 3 at the horn. They end the quarter on a high note. What a big shot.
I'll say that'll put a little bounce in their step coming back out of this break.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Warriors ahead, running away with it. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter.
Coming up next Monday night, March 17th, Thaddeus Young and the Philadelphia 76ers go up against Paul George and the Indiana Pacers. Meanwhile,
getting underway here in the fourth quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. Warriors leading by 23. On the floor for Dallas starting the fourth quarter here. Marion is out there with Nowitzki. Then there's Ellis. Then there's Chalmers. And it's Carter in at the 3. Douglas off the pick from Lee. Just 5 to shoot. Unloads from 13. And the shot falls short this time. Dallas shooting about 42% so far. The drive by Ellis. Stolen by Thompson. Iguodala outside. Back to Thompson. Dishes it to Lee. He's against Nowitzki. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
Well, I'm a big fan of David Lee, fellas. I mean, you look at the way he's progressed in his career. Each season he's found a way to improve, and now he's become one of the better passing forwards in the NBA. I just like what he does because he can figure out ways to win each and every night.
I think a lot of it just has to do with him feeling right at home with the ball on the block. If you double, he'll find the open man, and if you don't, he'll square up and go into his move. He just finds a way to be productive on offense.
Both good from the line that time. Fourth quarter just getting started. 1 minute in the books. Barnes sets a screen for Douglas. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done.
The drive by Ellis.
Wow, I'm surprised. I thought that was definitely automatic.
Thompson from long range. That's good with a Douglas assist. Douglas has got 3 assists tonight.
This is incredible. It's been a three-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
Three-pointer Ellington. Warriors with the rebound.
I like that. Trying to respond to that last three-pointer, but he couldn't get it to go.
This one for 3. And again, it's Klay Thompson with the triple. Thompson's got 23.
Impressive play there. They have been really good offensively.
Piling up the points en route to this big lead, guys. I mean, they've been unstoppable.
Iguodala with the block.
Good rebound there, but overall, they're getting outworked on the glass.
Steve, I think that's what you'd expect, seeing what the score is.
Tough call there and a tough break for the defense.
You know, I think you could still see him kind of sliding in there. I don't have a problem with the call.
And some changes here for the Mavericks. Jay Crowder's checked in for Nowitzki. For Sean Marion. And it's Larkin in for Monte Ellis. Green dishes to Douglas. Douglas off the pick from Green. Shot clock at 6. Taken away by Anthony. Here is Ellington. Passes to Larkin. Can they get it? And they will get the basket here, folks, as they rule goaltending.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Douglas the pass to Green. And Spates backing in. A fader. Can't get it to go. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Here's Lito. Misses the 3. Warriors have gone 3 of 5 here in the fourth quarter. Pretty good numbers coming out of the break. And the Warriors miss again.
Boy, just by his body language, Kevin, you can tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Yeah, a little frustrated now, shaking his head after that miss.
Let's see what the Dallas Mavericks have coming up. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road.
I'll tell you what, there'll be a lot of focus on that Oklahoma City contest.
Boy, perfect half at the free throw line for them. That'll help their comeback effort for real.
Yeah, that's keeping them close. It's going to take a full effort here in the second half, but they've got to continue to knock down these free throws.
Douglas off the pick from Spates. Douglas kicks to Bell. Up top, Spates. Back to Bell. Here's the feed to Spates. He passes to Barnes from 18 feet away. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Warriors making a change here. Bazemore is checked in. And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Here's Larkin, defended by Douglas. Larkin kicks to Crowder. Knocks down the 3-ball.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but you know the defense still needs to keep an eye on him.
Green with a screen for Douglas.
That's his 4th foul. I'm sure he recognizes the situation because number 5 would put him in a rough, tough spot.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Tipped away and stolen by Chalmers. Jumps up and down there with the slam.
They're looking significantly better now, but still a long way to go to get all the way back into this.
Well, at least the effort's there now. It had been sorely lacking early.
Curry dishes to O'Neal. Back to Curry. Stolen by Chalmers. And now Ellis running the floor all by himself.
Textbook example there of how to use defense to create offense.
Yeah, beautiful transition play after the steal all the way to the basket.
Wasted no time going from defense to offense.
Yeah, it feels like they're starting to pick up the intensity as the game itself starts to get a little more tight and close.
Timeout called the Warriors.
Well, Monte Ellis has never been short on confidence, and last year he went as far as comparing himself to Dwayne Wade, saying the only difference between them is that Wade has rings. That's a pretty big difference, though.
Warriors leading by 19. 18 feet out. Here's O'Neal. And a great assist by Curry as that one goes in. And you talk about the talent and confidence for Monte Ellis. Steve, what's the balance between confidence and like overconfidence?
Well, I think the balance is in your decision making, and that's the trickiest thing for really talented young players to figure out. It's just when to attack and when to back off a little bit. And that's all stuff that just comes with experience.
Nowitzki right side. Stolen by Thompson. And here we go with Curry running it up the court. Thompson with the bucket.
And he has picked it up here in the second half, really lighting it up now.
Dallas has gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. Back to Nowitzki. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam. Absolutely, Clark. No one in his airspace on that dunk.
Yeah, but come on, Kevin. The defense can't let that happen.
I hope they let it happen more. It's fun to watch that guy fly.
Just a gift, 2 points they gave up. That's awful.
Tries from 10. O'Neal misses.
Now you had a defender draped all over him. Not really the best shot there.
Well, not the shot you hope for when it's well contested like that.
The shot by Marion, no good.
Well, remember, he made 2 3-pointers in the first half, but has not been able to get anything to fall here in the second.
Backing him down is Iguodala. Here's Thompson. Shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way. Chalmers passes to Nowitzki. Oh, that's blocked.
Things have kind of gone south for him here in the quarter.
Curry with him. Sean Marion covering. Curry. And it's sent back from Tallenbear. Fast break Dallas. Here's Chalmers. Feeds it to Marion. And that comes off the assist by Mario Chalmers. And that's 23 points for Sean Marion. O'Neal a screen on Marion. Iguodala kicks to O'Neal. Out to Thompson. Defended by Chalmers. Thompson dishes to Iguodala. Just 3 to shoot. Here's Curry. Iguodala gets the bucket.
Well, this is what happens when he gets on a roll. You are not going to see a better rhythm shooter than him.
Chalmers against Curry. Plenty of space. And the basket by Chalmers. Warriors leading by 19 points. Curry passes to Iguodala. He dishes it to Spates. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Dallenbear's got 11 rebounds in the game. Out of bounds, Golden State takes possession. Andrew Bogut, he's checked in for Golden State. Lee comes in for Maurice Spates. Curry gets the screen from Bogut. Curry kicks to Iguodala. Pass to Bogut. Outside for Curry. And the Warriors miss again. Mavericks trailed by 19. And the pass to Marion. Wide open look. Dallenbear. The tip in on the offensive rebound. Dallenbear's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in.
But that's the way you've got to go. If you have good position, you've got to get after it and go for that second chance opportunity.
Thompson off the pick from Lee. It's Thompson off the drive. Lee dishes to Bogut. kicks to Curry. From the arc. Another miss by Curry.
He's normally a really big threat from long range. Struggling right now. He might need to mix his game up a little bit.
And now, in transition, here we go. Iguodala. Curry. Pass to Lee. Back to Curry. Just 5 on the clock. Iguodala with it. Now defended by Mario Chalmers. And the basket good. And that's now 11 points for David Lee.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
It's Marion with the drive. D'Alembert. The shot no good. Nice D from Bogut.
Terrific defense at the rim. They got right in his path.
You know, that's part of what great defenders do. They get not only in your path, but in your head a little bit, too.
Ellis with it. And Curry picks him up defensively. He feeds it to Chalmers. Takes a three. The putback. And D'Alembert with the slam. And he's now got the double-double. 11 points and 13 rebounds.
This is just great anticipation. The putback jam.
Oh, he had some big-time intentions right there.
And those plays will give your team a huge boost.
Bogut the pass to Thompson. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
Just absolute domination in this one for Thompson. 25 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
Well, you got that right. You can tell he's on target because as soon as the ball leaves his hands, it looks like every single one of them is going in.
Dallas calls timeout. Klay Thompson with a strong contribution so far in this one.
He's been locked in from deep. They're giving him too much breathing room and definitely paying the price for it.
Curry against Chalmers. There's the dish to D'Alembert. Bogut on him. And D'Alembert kicks to Nowitzki. 5 on the clock. Passes it to Ellis. And Thompson sends it back.
He's missing a lot of shots out here. Offensively, he just has not been able to produce in this quarter.
Good, and Curry gets the assist. Thompson's got 12 now in this quarter.
Tell you what, when he gets it going, this is exactly what can happen. They may have to double team him.
Now Chalmers. From deep, and they force the shot clock violation. Great D. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Joel Anthony's checked in for D'Alembert. Jay Crowder comes in for Dirk Nowitzki. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Sean Marion. And Ellington is subbed in for Monte Ellis. A three from Barnes gets the bucket.
You know, it's really hard not to notice the difference in the passing of these two teams today.
Yeah, look at the discrepancy in the assist column between these two teams.
Larkin kicks to Anthony. Dishes it to Crowder to end the run. Off the left rim and out.
Well, he's been trying to add that mid-range shot to his arsenal, but it still isn't there.
Bogut sends a screen for Douglas. Bell for three. They get the rebound. He kicks to Barnes. Back to Bogut. Golden State moving it around. Here's Douglas. And the layup is good.
They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere has been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning effort.
Off his leg, and it's whistled a kick. Jermaine O'Neal checked in for the Warriors.
Jermaine O'Neal.
.50 seconds left in the fourth. Carter dished it to Anthony. That one falls, coming off Carter's feet.
Brought back the finger roll. That's a nice finesse move to pull off with the defense all over it.
And here's Douglas. Back to O'Neal. The kick out to Spates. And there's the feed to Barnes. Ajabel on the wing. Clock at 6. He passes to Barnes. The shot is off. Anthony with the defensive effort. Dallas has gotten some tough luck from three-point range. In the fourth quarter, they've hit just 1 of 6 from deep. Here's Larkin. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. And Vince Carter with the slam.
Boy, the prettiest play in basketball to me. Executed to perfection.
I don't think you're going to get an argument there. Everybody loves the alley-oop.
Well, unless you're the team getting dunked on, of course.
So we see the Warriors taking the game here. And this one was such a lopsided victory.
They never let up. They were full throttle from the start.
Now it's time to say so long. For Clark Kellogg, Steve Kerr, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our 2K Sports crew thanking you for tuning in. Now it's time to present our Jordan Player of the Game, Klay Thompson.
Respect up on the street. Under the sun, the bastard will pop the clock to feed himself and family. By any means, your enemies, my enemies, we wet them up like a canteen. The yellow tank surrounds the face, don't have a face, so now you late, open the gates. Great, eliminate like a lemonade. Hey, young boy hasn't been a train.
They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, upside down. We can feel an order getting in our way. We don't need the rule of yesterday. Breaking down the borders, tearing down the sides. Hear this one last time. They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, up and down. They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, upside down, up and down. They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, upside down. We can feel an order getting in our way. We don't need the rule of yesterday. Breaking down the borders, tearing down the sides. Hear this one last time. Time, 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 time. They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, up and down. They just want your head moving up and down, up and down, up and down. They got inside your head, flip it upside down, upside down, upside down. We can feel an order getting in our way.
You know, let's say that's my I made him $1 million, now we all rich. I ain't tryna have babies right now, so we put a rubber, but I got a rob. Know this money bring EV, you probably won't beat me, but bro, we can't be by no smart. Overseas got a crowd doing my spin.